Okay, so scale is pretty important. We see it a lot with house designs, construction, very important. And I think we do it automatically without even thinking about it. Sometimes when we see these images on maps or diagrams, sort of go, what's going on there? Pretty simple. I've blown this up just a tad, but let's imagine we measure that. And this is 1 centimetre. What we're actually saying is we're saying 1 centimetre represents, and we don't want to write represent, so we put the 2 dots there, represents 50 metres. We get even more lazy because we don't even want to write that. We just think, okay, everybody knows that we're just going to put it in centimetres. So it'll be 1 centimetre represents, now we times by 100 to change that to centimetres, right? And because everybody just assumes it's in centimetres, then we even take it right down to that. Okay, and oh, I put one too many zeros there, and we say that this, the 5,000, that is actually our scale factor. So it's that simple. Okay, so over here we've got find the scale factor for each scale. Well, it's 1 centimetre represents 2 metres, which is 200 centimetres. So that could be written as 1 is to 200, and therefore 200 is our scale factor. Now there's 2 things that we're going to want to do with scale. And that will be finding the actual length when we're given the scale, or if we want to actually make the diagram and we know, well, this is the actual length of the object, how big does my diagram need to be? And I guess we've got one more, is if I have the actual length, I want it to be a specific length on my page, then we can work out the scale factor. But it's mainly these 2. So you might want to write that on your help sheet if you so desire. Let's have a look at our little diagram here. I would like us to say, well, what is this length, the length of the smallest mast in real life? So what you need to do is measure that on the sheet that you have. So I've measured it previously, and now when I measure it, again, I've changed the scale on here. It's a video, whatever, so if you blow it up, it's going to be different. So when I measure it, I end up saying it's 22 millimetres, okay? Or in other words, 2.2 centimetres, which you'll be able to change between that pretty quickly. Now this scale, what that is saying is that 1 centimetre on the page represents 200 centimetres in real life. So if on the page it's measuring 2.2, then real life is going to be 2.2 times my scale factor, which is the 200. Okay, and we'll just work that out, and that becomes 440 centimetres, and we can write that nicely. That's 4.4 metres, okay, divide by 100. Now if you read your question that you have to do, I think they've asked you to find the actual length of the boat, the longest part of the boat, and the height of the mast, so from top to bottom of the mast. So you measure that with your ruler, and all you have to do is times it by 200. Now, the other thing that they could ask you, a question could ask you to do, is to go backwards. So the Eiffel Tower here, that is actually 324 metres in height from bottom to top. Now let's imagine I would like to make a model, or I want to draw a little sketch of it on my diagram, and I wish to do it to scale. How high would it be? Now I can choose. So what if I choose 1 to 10,000? Okay, why did I choose that? Because we know this actually means on the page 1 centimetre on the page will represent, so divide by 100, will actually equal 100 metres in real life. Anyway, to get my real measurements, okay, what we do, the drawn length, it's the actual length divided by the scale factor. So that's our scale factor that we've decided. So it will be, now because this is in centimetres, remember, we must work in centimetres. So 324 times by 100, we get 32,400 centimetres. We will divide that by our 10,000, and that means on the page we will have a pretty small 3.24 centimetre diagram, and that would be then to scale. You know, you do the base and etc., etc. Obviously, if we want to make that bigger, then I could choose, all right, what if we went 1 is to 4,000? So same deal, we're going to say the actual length, 32,400, divide by now 4,000, that's my new scale factor. Okay, and pop that in your calculator, and that means we'll draw 8.1 centimetres, or the model will be 8.1 centimetres high. That'll be to scale, and it's all good. So that's pretty much scale in a nutshell. You just have to measure, use your ruler, be as accurate as you possibly can, and be aware what this actually means. Good luck with that.